Yeah. This was, so this was like in 2004-ish, I would say. I'm shooting a sizzle reel for, there was a guy named John DeResta who was a transit cop in New York City. And this guy named Jim Jones was married.
I know John DeResta. Yeah.
And Jim Jones was married to this
cult leader,
woman. Yeah, different guy.
Not for me.
Woman from Comedy Central. So we were shooting the sizzle reel in the Reno 911 car, but the light bar was covered with a piece of leather, right? I'm in a New York police uniform. He's in a New York police uniform. I'm driving. He's in the back seat filming. And we get pulled over, middle of the day. 2 LA cops come up, one on each side. And they're like, hey, what's going on here? So we give them the whole spiel. I'm a comedian. I was a cop in Maine, and he was a cop in New York. And like, oh, you remember this guy in Brooklyn? Oh yeah, he was telling cop stories, asking me what was that like up in Maine, and this whole thing. And he's like, and I'm like, I just did an event for Bill Bratton, the chief, a black tie event. I just performed there. They're like, oh, we don't get invited to those. We're peons, ha ha, laughing. So I think like I'm talking with old cop buddies, right? We're cops. We're all cops. They go, are those real guns? So I go, no. And I reach down to grab the gun. They both drew on me before I even got my hand on the gun. They go, don't move. And this guy, John's like, he's like, oh, what the hell are you doing? I mean, it was like, and they both drew on me and I didn't move. And my point is, the reason that story is they don't know what I gave them this whole story. It could have been all made up. I'm driving around, doing whatever. They don't know. So that unknown. And if I kept moving, they weren't going to holster their gun and tase me.
Yeah, but
right.
You know what I mean? I would have got shot.
That's what firearm is. Yeah, you got to be careful.
And the fact that I to this day wish she kept the cameras on. In the back.
John, yeah.
You know who was in the back seat? Kyle Dunnigan was filming. He was in the back seat.
Good old Kyle.
Yeah. And to that day,
Kyle was in the back filming.
He was in the back filming with Jim. They're in the back. There's 4 of us in this police cruiser, broad daylight. But it's literally like they literally, and I literally, and if I got shot, that would have been my fault. Like, what an idiot. I just wasn't even thinking.
Yeah.
But what a different world. But you talk about where I was a cop, wasn't Chicago. Yeah, I'm up in the woods, and you're just talking, like, oh, we're all cop buddies, talking. And that's the threat they have. So when they pull someone over, if that's what they're thinking with us, and I give them this whole story, and they see the film, and we're in the Reno night, it's crazy. So they just don't know what they're.
I know. I get it.
But anyway,
I get mad at CNN for doing the hustle part. All right, news.
Let's get madder. California eco bureaucrats halted Pacific Palisades fire safety to protect. This says project, but to protect an endangered shrub. They had essentially the story is that there was a fire safety conservation type project that they halted replacing the fire poles with metal fire poles.
Well, not the fire poles. The telephone poles, which catch on fire.
Excuse me. Yeah. These poles to make them fire safe.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, they stopped and everybody halted it because of a random shrub that ironically benefits from wildfire.
Look, the fact that it's 2025. Okay, there's a physical danger to having the power lines, falling down and electrocuting people or starting fires or what have you. But there's also just a very sort of cosmetic, emotional, sort of urban sprawl kind of thing where it's like it's just wires everywhere. It's kind of a bummer. It looks like shit.
Yeah.
If you walk outside the studio and look up the street, it's just nothing. It's just endless wires. So it's a safety thing, but it's also just kind of a societal thing. Like, it just looks like shit. And we've been talking about this for a long time. We get taxed a lot in this state. Can we just bury them?
Yeah.
Let's just put them in the ground. Let's stop having all these conversations about replacing poles and this, that, and the other. It's like it's an aesthetic, gross nightmare.
Yeah, my question when it first happened was, why did that never happen? Why? And this answers the question. There's a big problem that they could have retrofit, even though it wouldn't be buried, which I would think that the taxpayers in that area would decide to bury it.
Well, this is sort of what we're talking about, which is the politicians, Sidney Nutjob we just saw, and Karen Bass. this isn't something they're interested in. They're not interested in it. It's not sexy. It's not fun. They don't get to accuse people of being racist. You know, it's nothing they're interested in. Like, honestly, I am interested in it. So if I was a politician, I wouldn't do the racial hustling. I would I'd be a dog with a bone and burying these wires. You know, that's all I would talk about. They are a bunch of dingbat chicks who have no interest in this. So, of course, we don't get the wires buried. And we have a bunch of politicians that are much more interested in saving the milk thistle weed than we do burying the wires.
I'm glad
because
you mentioned
they don't care.
Karen Bass, the LA Times. Yeah, this is the thistle, if you could see there on the screen. Yeah, it's pretty, you know.
I paid on one of those.
Later on, it'll dry up and catch on fire.
Exactly right. The LA Times owner says endorsing Karen Bass was a mistake due to incompetence. So that's just going along with what you're talking about, that, yeah, the LA Times kind of took back their endorsement of Karen Bass a little bit too late. And a strange thing, Rick Caruso, all his buildings are alive and well.
Because he got his own private fire detail, or he built them a certain way?
Well, they had it built a certain way, and they also sprinkler systems that engage during this thing. So
that's built
his
a certain
shopping
way.
center is fine.
Yeah, well, that guy wanted to be mayor. So basically, we had a choice, so we're there now. Are we going to be a pragmatic society, or are we going to be an emotional society? And we had a choice a couple of years ago. What was the mayoral thing, Dawson? I mean, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago? Yeah. We had a choice. And one road led to pragmatism. And I'm not even assigning a values judgment to this. It's just one was, I'm super pragmatic. Most women I've been with have been less pragmatic and more emotional, which is better for certain things. You know, they're better huggers. But I've always been pragmatic. I'm more pragmatic than most guys I know. I'm super pragmatic. I always have been. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's how I'm wired. Real nuts and boltsy. I used to be a builder, so that's kind of my background. And women are wired a different way. Okay, so 2 years ago, we got to a fork in the road. One was a pragmatic fork, and the other was a more emotional, feel-good, vibes-based, whatever fork. And we, because we're LA and we're California, are not wired for pragmatism, so we went down the emotional road. Karen Bass gave a speech a couple of years ago in front of the big swinging in front of the Democratic whatever party, explaining that. And Dawson, I think we looked for this and we could never find it because they scrubbed it. They wouldn't put it there. But she was explaining that the homeless problem was caused by income inequality, which is batshit crazy. It's basically Elon Musk took all the money and now we have people rolling around in their own shit on the streets of downtown Los Angeles. It has nothing to do with income inequality, but she's basically a communist and she's emotional, she's non-pragmatic, and she thinks that way. Rick Caruso would have taken a different path to getting rid of the homeless because he's a pragmatic person, but we didn't want that. We didn't want that. We wanted the emotional part. The emotional part goes nowhere and leads nowhere. Just you feel good that you voted for the person that feels good and it's more emotional and everything else. Meanwhile, 2 years in, more homeless, $24 billion down the fucking drain. Now, what does it take to get from emotional to pragmatic? And the answer is your fucking house burning to the ground. Yeah. That's what does it. It's you getting stabbed by a junkie. It's your daughter getting shot at work on Melrose Boulevard. That gets you from emotional and hypothetical and fantastical to super pragmatic. And that's so now that everything is burnt to the ground, we may be ready for something a little more pragmatic and a little less good vibesy.
Yeah, might bring change.
It might.
This might.
Well, they need some change because it's beyond the brink. Data shows the LA Fire Department among the most understaffed in America. The fires swept through, and the reason.
Well, also we have a bunch of unintentional arsonists. Like, imagine if you just went, Well, they're not really arsonists. They're just homeless people who like smoking crack, camping in the hills, and they get really fucked up and pass out. They're like, oh, so we have some de facto
accidental
we have an
arsonists.
army of accidental arsonists just sprawled out. You know what I mean?
And the other thing about this is, in my personal experience, where you can be a prison firefighter and go cut fire lines and work your sentence off early, but when you get home, you cannot be a firefighter.
Oh, really?
No, you can't.
You're
go
white.
Exactly.
Wait, why would you be in prison? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. So little pragmatic things like that. Like if you got a lot of experience out in the field cutting fire lines, then you get out and you serve your debt to society. You should be eligible to at least attempt to be a firefighter.
Yeah, yes. But they've taken that away. And, there's just a hiring freeze, I guess. And most of the firehouses are underfunded. They got less than $1,000 of cash on hand. It's been like a systemic problem, even though we all knew that these fires were going to break out sometime in the Santa Ana. But, the leadership fell very short.
Well, where's somebody tweeted me out, Joe, me on stage at Wise Guys like 4 years ago, screaming about Newsom and how California was on fire. I just kept yelling it was on fire, and I was like, when did I say that? 'Cause I don't remember anything.
It's always on fire.
That was 4 years ago. So the people knew about it. We'll find 30 seconds of it just to hear me yell fire. But
what's the deal with there's only like 2 planes that pick up the water? Like when there's, you'd think there'd be like 10 or 12 planes
we had
ready
to borrow
to go.
one from Canada,
and then the drone took it out. Like I'm watching that from New England, going, geez, that's only got two planes out there, and one's from Canada.
Yeah. So what we do is we spend our money on a lot of shit that doesn't matter, but that's the non-pragmatic. Now, what we just got in the presidential election is the pragmatists won, but California is not that yet.
Yeah.
We'll be the last to get sucked up into whatever's pragmatic. But eventually, at the end of the day, people want their home to not be on fire and they want their streets to be safe.
Yeah.
So they don't even know what the fuck they're doing in California because they want this too. They go, we want good schools and we want safe streets and we want homes to be safe, and yet then they vote for everything that doesn't get them that because they think it feels good.
People that want to destroy it.
Which makes them stupid. Yeah. Was that a tweet that I had? Well, I don't know why. It was just me yelling fire. Over and over.
In a crowded theater? I thought that was illegal.
None of my shows are
On
crowded,
stage.
man. You know that. You know better than to accuse me of having a crowded room.
Well, here's some good news. Israel and Hamas agreed to hostage release. Yeah, and a Gaza ceasefire deal after 15 months of war.
Hey.
Yeah, apparently, there are a lot of hoops to jump through in order for them to completely get through, but apparently it involves a hostage exchange. They're going to release some of these prisoners from Gaza, and Trump weighed in. He said this epic ceasefire agreement could have only happened as a result of our historic victory in November, as it signaled the entire world and that my administration would seek peace and negotiate deals to ensure the safety of all Americans and our allies. He wrote on Truth Social.
Well,
so he's taking credit for it.
He told them he was going to unleash hell on them if they didn't do it. Yeah. And ultimately, they're bullies, and bullies do not respond to friendly, nice, and what have you, decorum. Yeah. They only respond to bullies and terrorists. And that, by the way, that entire... That culture, it's a culture that looks at you as a sucker if you try to play nice with them. They just assume, every time I got into a street fight, it's because I wanted to get into a street fight, and I knew the best way to get into a street fight with assholes was to tell them I didn't want any trouble. As soon as I told them I didn't want any trouble, they went, well, you found trouble. And then I would fight, which is what I wanted to do, mostly out of boredom, I think. But I knew the way to get them to fight was just to pretend like I was scared and I didn't want anything because they were bullies. Because they were starting shit in the first place, you know? So when you tell those people, we don't want problems, they go, oh, you don't want problems? Oh, now you got problems, you know, because because they have a bully mentality, and that's how they roll. Plus, they think if they had the power we had, they'd come in and invade and take over. They do everything. They destroy us. You know what I mean? They don't understand being able to destroy something and not doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not doing it. They only understand fear and being punched in the nose. And so that's what they get with Trump. They get fear with him versus diplomacy. Everyone likes diplomacy, but diplomacy's good when you're dealing with Sweden, you know, but it's not good when you're dealing with bully, homicidal maniacs who want Sharia law everywhere and declare jihad on everyone. No, then it's not good. That's weakness to them.
They're saying that there's 60 hostages believed to be alive. They're going to release 33 and in exchange for Israel freeing hundreds of Palestinian imprisoned in jails. So that's the first phase. And then apparently on the 7th day, I believe, of the ceasefire, there are going to be further releases after that.
Do they get any, oh God, what's the syndrome? Not Munchausen's, but there's the
Stockholm.
Yeah. Are there any Stockholming going on?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm imagining they were in tunnels somewhere.
I think no Stockholm.
Yeah.
But if I was kidnapped by people from Stockholm, then I might have some Stockholm syndrome. Like, hey, we're shopping at IKEA. Well, you're free. We're going to IKEA.
I got a strange disease.
You know, like Stockholm would be a nice place to have Stockholm syndrome, but a tunnel in Hamas would not be a good place to have Stockholm syndrome.
I don't know where I guess we're going to hear about where they held the hostages. You know, I don't know if it would be the tunnel the whole time. Maybe they went to some secondary location. It's not clear yet, but yeah, there's going to be some stories that come out, and I don't know if Stockholm syndrome's part of it.
I don't think anyone's staying behind.
No.
Is that where the term came from?
There's something happened. Yeah, I remember reading that it was something happened where everybody started to sympathize with their captors. You know, there's a famous case of a woman, Patty Hearst, who did a bank robbery with her kidnappers because she slowly understood why they were doing what they're doing. Yeah, people fall into that.
Yeah, I would do that if I was kidnapped as a young person from my house. I'd probably fall in.
Well, I mean,
it'd be a better life.
It's absolutely possible.
Duke Gallagher, you got to talk to the leader of Hamas now, not my mom.
Your hair's all one color. I'm going.
Yeah.
So, Joe, sorry. Somebody tweeted me that yesterday, and I retweeted it. So it's the only stand-up that's out there. So
I know.
I
saw you when you retweeted it. It's no longer there, so I don't know if they took the tweet down. But I'm looking for it because I did see it. And
how does that work? I never know how
if they deleted it, then you no longer retweeted it.
Oh. The other thing that was weird is crazy race hustler lady on CNN couldn't find it anywhere. Wasn't on CNN.
Scrubbing it from the internet.
Did they scrub it? Did she have it scrubbed? Did they tell her to scrub it? Like, I just said, it was on CNN this morning. Just go look on CNN this morning. Nothing. No trace anywhere. They found it on Fox because Fox records CNN for these nut job bitches so they can make fun. That's all. I fully believe 80% of the View watchers are just Sean Hannity, and the rest of the Fox guys just watching it, going, "Oh my God, can you believe how fucking dumb that's?" All right, play it.
Yeah, save that.
Yeah, I think I now think it's people just watching it to make fun of them at this point.
Trying to catch it.
Hi, Reddit.
Is there somebody watching The View like earnestly? Like, wow, Whoopi makes a really valid point. Like, is there anyone really earnestly watching that?
I love Whoopi personally.
All right.
Hey, we got one last story. Let's go.
Red. Hold on. We got Brad Meltzer's a celebrated authors now waiting in the wings. The fire video we'll find for tomorrow, maybe, but circle it, Joe, or maybe we'll find it at some point. I want to give Justin a I think it's fun. What do you got?
Well, only the biggest viral news story of the year.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you can guess what that is.
Yeah, it's the Coldplay thing.
Coldplay Kiss Cam.
I don't... it's weird. There are things in life that
are multidimensional.
Really capture me, and then there are other things I don't care about at all.
You don't care about this at all?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I don't have a real powerful moral compass. But
that's why I'm here.
I do remember when like Tommy Lee came in years ago and he was talking about the sex tape being stolen and stuff, and he was like, yeah, I had it in a safe, and we moved the safe to the garage, and we were remodeling the house, and then someone broke into the safe, and they told them they're like trying to sell it back to us or something. And like at some point, somebody said to me, "You want to watch that tape?" And I was like, "No, I don't. It's not mine. Somebody did something to somebody. It's not for me. And I don't feel entitled to watch it. And that person is a victim." Basically, and we kind of cheer it on, but it really
make TV shows based off of it.
Yeah, like we really shouldn't. Like, and so this to me is some personal situation with two people, and then there's other people, and there's kids and stuff involved, and it's pretty. It's as old as the Bible. People having adulterous affairs.
That's why it's one of the 10 Commandments of what not to do.
I get it. It's funny, and it's a little, hey, rich guy knocked him off his perch, not feeling so good about yourself, that kind of thing. But it's weird because to me, there's nothing interesting about it. It's a rich guy who's having an affair with someone at work. What if it was
a poor guy having an affair? Like, what if he wasn't the CEO of a tech company?
I don't think we would care.
You don't think the whole internet would be like united? I liked it because the internet was united for 24 hours. I didn't like it because I thought of the dude's wife. And I guess that shows my like feminine bias because I didn't think of her husband. Or I thought of like wife and kids for both.
If this guy was the guy who was doing maintenance at the Pabst Theater, no one would care.
Giving you directions to the stage.
No one would care. We care because of this. Because they're... Well, also, and because...
I actually cared the most because he was the CEO and she was the head of HR.
It
confirms my bias that HR is totally and utter bullshit.
Oh, it's
that
total
is
bullshit.
Not meant to protect anyone except the company. And I'm pretty sure I've worked at companies where there was some happening between HR and executives, and the bias was rampant.
Now, here's the question. I don't know, and I remember this is a big deal, but again, to me, it's like, there are other stories to me that are like the whole Obama Russiagate stuff. It's like, oh my God.
That's serious, though. I agree with that. But that's serious stuff. I actually appreciated that this united the country, like across all political lines.
Yeah, but now, then my question is why did it get out there? Like, was it the reaction?
Yeah. I think if they just kept standing there, look at the girl, how red she is. So the joke on Instagram that was hilarious was like, that's the girl that found out about the affair and then just got a promotion last week to keep her mouth shut.
So somebody, all right, so let's break this down. Somebody filmed...
No. They're on the kiss cam.
Yeah.
They're on the Jumbotron.
They're on the Jumbotron.
And they're going around. And Chris,
I don't understand how this works.
But
somebody filmed the Jumbotron.
I think thousands of people were probably filming the Jumbotron hoping maybe they were on it. That's what happens nowadays. Everybody's looking for their TikTok moment.
So everyone's filming the Jumbotron. And these two pop up. And instead of kissing, they do something very stilted and awkward.
It wasn't stilted and awkward. They were listening to the song and like, oh, that's so nice. She's singing along. And then they see themselves and that. If they hadn't done that.
No, you're not hearing me.
Sorry.
It's called a kiss cam, right? You see yourself up there and you kiss, right?
You're saying shame on them for not kissing?
All right.
I'm so good.
You film the person, they see they're up there and they do the kiss.
Yes.
Right. But instead of kissing, they did something stilted and awkward.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I just said. You said no. You kept saying no.
Because I don't think it's stilted and awkward. I think it was an overreaction, and that's what was the red flag for everybody. Like, stilted to me seems like weird and like stiff and like, right?
Okay. Okay, they did something different. But well, now we need to look up awkward and stilted. I would say awkward and stilted is a pretty good. I'm pretty good, but you don't have to yell no if that's what I'm saying.
No.
But it's a bad habit. People do it all the time. But okay, I'm trying to piece this thing together, but you have to let me go through the pieces.
Okay,
so
I'm
somebody filmed the Jumbotron, the kiss cam. You're supposed to kiss, and instead of kissing, they did something stilted and awkward. Okay, so somebody who's filming this, they don't know who those people are.
True.
So they see something that looks suspicious.
Yes.
And now they have to put it out?
Yes. And then after the video was put out and went viral, that's when internet sleuths figured out that it was the CEO and the HR director.
Right. And what was the initial thing of I'm going to put this out? Like, who did it and what did they label it?
Oh, I don't know where the original post came from. I know it was on TikTok.
Somebody had to have enough time at a Coldplay concert to film somebody see strangers on a Jumbotron and decide it would be a good idea to post this.
Because everybody under the age of 40 thinks everything is postable. And a lot of people, I think part of TikTok, Reels, even X, it's like you have a thought, you put it out on X, right? You have videos, you put them on YouTube.
Yeah.
People like that are young.
No, I get it, but this isn't exactly a squirrel water skiing. This just seems like a weird couple moment.
But if you watch it with the audio too, I mean, the fact that Chris Martin, lead singer for Coldplay, said, "Oh man, that's a weird reaction." Like he audibly. Can we play that? Because that's important to hear as well.
All right.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Uh-oh, what?
All right.
Oh no, he says, "Uh-oh, what?"
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Uh-oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
So I think that's why everybody's like, and then that's
what did it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was the reaction, and it was Chris Martin saying something. And then the internet sleuths took it from there, and then they put together the connection.
Now,
so I still stand by, even if he was a janitor, and she, did 800 number calls to sell you solar.
No.
People would still freak out over this.
No, I don't think so, because I think if this is regular blue collar folk, I don't think it has the momentum. I think we're very much in the, look, here's what we like. If a guy has an affair and he's a janitor, we don't really care. When the priest does, then we care. And when the priest who's been preaching about how sinful it is to lay down with another man has a gay affair, then we really go nuts. And that's where we're at. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, there's a popular meme going out right now where it's like every summer a billionaire gets taken down.
Right.
And this guy's running $1 billion company. I'm not sure if he's a billionaire.
He's not a billionaire, but the company was.
Yeah, we're in the business of taking down billionaires.
Well, I think that's what this is. Yeah.
So I don't know. I like to think that the internet would come together over anything on a Jumbotron at a Coldplay concert.
Well, there might be some traction,
but not
if
5
the guy
days
was a
of traction.
janitor, but not this.
So backing up, giving you a argument here, like some clout, you might be right. Because apparently this HR executive was on her second marriage and is married to a very wealthy family with a lot of connections, the Cabots in the Boston area.
Here's what I don't get. If you're cheating, like having an affair, why are you going in such a public space and doing this?
This was Ben Shapiro's point. He's like, clearly, did you want to get caught?
Well, it's
like if you're having an affair and you get caught at dinner and you see like a parent of a kid who your kid goes to school with, and they're like, "Hey, that's not your wife." Mm-hmm. It's like, are they just not thinking? How do people have affairs?
I don't know. I was
how?
I was dating a woman a million years ago.
Was she married?
No.
Okay.
But we didn't want anyone to know we were dating. And so I was like, well, if we go out to dinner on Saturday night in Hollywood or Beverly Hills or something, she's a tall blonde, so people'd see her and they'd see me and they'd recognize it and people would know what was going on.
Yeah.
So I said, I used to live in La Cañada, California. and there's nothing over there. But they got good restaurants, but there's no Hollywood, there's no paparazzi, there's no anything.
There's nobody who would know you.
I don't know. They would know or they wouldn't care.
Yeah.
And so there's this place called La Cabanitos, this Mexican food place. And I said, we should go there. It's just like 20 minutes away, and there won't run into any agents from William Morris or anything. And so I called the restaurant to we're driving there. I was just like, make sure they had a table or something. And I called them, and they're like, yeah, La Cabanita. And I'm like, hey, do you have a table? The couple, around 8 o'clock, couple, and the guy goes, is this Adam Carolla?
You're like, never mind, it's the McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah, I said, he'd listen to the radio. But I was more recognizable from the radio, so people that heard my voice, they knew who it was. But so much for our liaison. But
I think nowadays,
I don't know why
especially,
they're doing this. Why so open? Why so touchy? You know, why not?
Well, was this a company outing? Apparently, now people have said that he was a horrible asshole of a boss, and that everybody within the company knew about the affair. That all the other memes have been about, like, I'd want to be on this Slack channel, like right now. What's happening?
Right.
Yeah, I think. Now, especially nowadays, like with social media and everybody has their phone out, the assumption is that you're going to be on camera whether you like it or not.
I have no idea why you do that public
How do
display
people
of
have
affection.
affairs?
Yeah. Keep it quiet.
How? You can't go to dinner. You can't go to like a school function.
I know there's Ring doorbells every 10 feet. Like, I don't know how anyone does anything.
So when I've been walking around, I'm training for something. I've been doing a lot of hiking and walking. Like, I feel like almost every other house I walk by is like, you are now on camera. Like, it's like the robot voice that's telling you that you're on like their security system when you're walking by on the street. You're right.
I don't even know how people... Well, I know how people attempt crime. We just go, fuck it, film it, and we're doing it anyway. And that's what we do in L.A. We just go, I'm
not
stealing
Orange
your
County,
shit.
but L.A. County.
Yeah, L.A. County's like, I'm stealing stuff from your porch, and someone goes, there's a camera, and they go, yeah, okay.
Have you seen the ones that are really bad where they send the kid? They do a drive-by in a car to see if there's Amazon packages and stuff, and then they pull around the corner, and then they send like a little kid, like elementary school age,
perfect,
to get the box.
It's so... Ugh.
It's horrible.
Not in Wisconsin. Not at Elkhart Lake.
They trust Adam with a whole office building.
They did. All right, what else we got?
Next up, we have Stephen Colbert talking about how his Late Show was canceled by CBS. I think we got video of that. They're saying that it's not immediately canceled. It will be ending in May of 2026, so they're going to finish out the season. And apparently, they're saying it's because they're out of money. But of course, leftists in the country are saying that, well, it's because of the changing media landscape and all of these complaints from Donald Trump.
Oh, the
being
lawsuit
persistently, the lawsuit. And also they're saying, oh, he's a persistent late night critic. Really, though?
Well, first off, it is a weird thing to literally talk shit about Trump. And every one of these people, if there's a camera anywhere, that's all they do.
By the way,
talk shit
even
about
when
Trump.
it's not a camera, at their fancy dinner parties.
Whatever.
And
That's all they do. That's all they do. And then to say, oh, you say something against Trump and now you get canceled. Like, well, then half the country would be canceled.
True.
I mean, that's how it works. I heard the show was losing $40 million a year.
Holy cow.
Those shows are really expensive. Super. And by the way, his salary's 20 plus. So losing 40, and if you can lose 40 for a while, but eventually they'll pull the plug.
I mean, I guess it is kind of sad because The Late Show, minus Stephen Colbert, has been an institution in American media and late night comedy. Yeah. But I would say maybe give it a new host, but maybe CBS is just like not worth it if they're losing that much money.
The cost of those shows. I mean, when those shows win an Emmy, and they win an Emmy, and they go best writing in variety, whatever, the Colbert Report, Stephen Colbert, whatever, late night, Stephen Colbert, you can watch 19 guys walk up on stage to get the Emmy.
Yeah.
Because they have 19 writers.
Yep.
Full time.
Yep.
Everyone's getting good six figures. And that's just the writer's room.
Yeah, that's not like hair and makeup and producers and lighting and editors.
How about real estate? You're taking the theater in the middle of Manhattan. And
I wonder what they're going to do with that.
Ed Sullivan? She's still Ed Sullivan? Anyway, the point is it is so expensive.
Yeah.
And if commercials have dropped and ratings have dropped and viewership have dropped, then you can't support it.
He was being beat significantly and consistently by Greg Gutfeld's show over on Fox News.
Right. And
that's like a cable. People are paying extra to watch Fox News. They weren't paying extra to watch CBS. And
Gutfeld has no writer's room and has no producers or anybody. It's totally stripped down, bare. And when you go to Gutfeld's, you go, Gutfeld's, this your studio? And it's like, no, this is the 5 studio, but we convert it after they get off the air to the Gutfeld studio. Like, he doesn't even have his own studio. And it's roll-out bleachers that like unfold like a high school gym.
It's lean and mean, and it's doing well for Fox.
It doesn't, his Gutfeld's budget. I mean, forget about what you pay the host. We'll just say forget about that. But what it takes to make one, I would reckon that for every one Colbert episode that he puts out, you could probably do 28 Gutfelds for the budget that it costs. And you might do 35. I mean, it's literally that kind of ratio.
Yeah.
And if the one that you can make 30 of for every one is getting lower ratings, then you're on the clock.
That's why you are getting axed. It's not because of Orange Man bad Donald Trump. He didn't.
I don't know. They never listen to Trump. I don't think so. But they love.
But this is literally what all the like lefty Twitter and Instagram stuff are saying. It's like, well, what did Donald Trump do to get the beloved Stephen Colbert canceled?
Here's what you have to do if you think about it. What they do, what the left does is they lay out some scenario that is very difficult to realize. So here's what they do. They'll go, he's a totalitarian dictator. He's Hitlerian, right?
And then they do the signs that have like just dick really big. Have you seen those?
No, I haven't seen that.
At the No King's Day, that was like all the rage. He's a dictator, but
the dick is big. So they lay something out. Or they lay, like what Biden would do, he'd go, white supremacy is the biggest problem this country faces, right? Or cops are bad, they kill innocent black people, right? Okay. So now you've laid down something that's really tough because that's a tall order to say a dictator's been voted in, is taken over, whatever. Or white supremacy is the biggest problem this country faces, or cops are evil and shooting black people. So now you have to grab every morsel, every crumb, and try to blow it up into something to support this whatever. So if a black guy gets in a car and drives through a parade and kills a bunch of white people, you don't mention it because that's difficult with your narration. Or if a black cop shoots a white guy, that's another problem. That's a problem with what your narrative is. And if any of this happens, you don't pay any attention to it. I mean, look what they had to do on January 6th. It's an insurrection, not since Pearl Harbor. Okay, that's a tough order because I see a bunch of guys wandering around with no weapons, but
not a sneak attack from the
we're gonna count people that killed themselves who worked there a year earlier as a death from. You got to work real hard. So they make these proclamations, and then anytime something happens, they have to grab it to try to pad their proclamation. So if Colbert gets canceled, they go, Trump, we can make that work with our stupid proclamation. I mean, they do it with white supremacy. They try and try.
I'm actually surprised they haven't been smart enough to try to tie it to like the defunding of PBS and NPR. Like
that'll probably be
like
next.
killing the First Amendment. That's what he's doing.
Yes. So anyway,
or maybe the American people killed the show because they weren't watching because it wasn't funny.
Yeah. Well, no one should feel sorry for Colbert.
A lot of money. You know what? He's probably going to get an MSNBC gig.
Oh, they always end up somewhere or some Harvard something. They always love throwing that stuff out. Yeah, he'll do something.
He'll get a Nobel Prize for like literature.
Yeah, he'll do. I mean, he'll probably do a podcast or whatever. Anyway, he's a persnickety guy.
He's a persnickety guy?
Yeah, there's some guys are like, there's comedians that are like laid back, and then there are ones that are like snippety. He's a kind of snippety. Yeah, not my cup of tea.
Any other behind the scenes things you want to share?
I think
Did his sister run for office? She ran as like a Democrat, right? And then he endorsed her and he talked about, I mean, he's clearly political. I don't think he's ever, and a lot of people in comedy don't ever pretend to be moderate or libertarian or on the right because they've been able to get away with it all these years. And I think the audience maybe said enough is enough. This isn't funny.
I think Colbert's dad and maybe a couple brothers died in a plane crash.
That's sad.
1 million years ago.
That's sad.
There's a whole bunch of brothers. Dad and 2 brothers died in a plane crash.
Wow.
In 1974.
So he was young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's truth to like behind every comedian there's like a little darkness, borderline depression and anxiety disorder?
No, some guys are, Adam Sandler's super nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Henry Winkler, super nice. They're
Yeah.
super nice comedians. And then there's like douchey comedians. I don't know, but it's like people. There's nice people and there's just douchey people.
I have a couple girlfriends that have done stand up, and there's somewhere in Austin, I can't remember the name of it's not Rogan's place, but somewhere else. And my girlfriend did stuff there years ago, and she was like, yeah, I had to stop dating comedians because they were all like really anxious, really depressed potheads. And I was like, is that an Austin thing? Like an Austin comedy scene thing? Or is it like everywhere thing?
Comedians are narcissistic.
So are politicians.
Yeah. And so they just sort of look out for themselves. And I'll tell you the real problem with comedians. They don't do enough vintage racing. Keeps your head straight, man. It keeps your head straight. I had a guy walk up to me and he just goes, you know why I do this? And I go, I think so, but tell me. He goes, because when you're in that car, you don't think about anything ever except for what you're doing right now.
In that moment.
No thoughts. It's not even like when you're asleep, you're still dreaming about stuff or thinking about stuff. You're completely 100% belted into that moment, and with I can't tell you anything I thought in that car other than I was looking for the Sargento cheese
You took my
sign
line.
up on the that's all.
Going between the V and the P on the billboard.
That's all it was. I'm looking for the bathroom door on the men's side.
Yeah.
Like that, you don't think about anything. You just don't think about anything. And there's something that's sort of liberating about that. And comedians don't do enough tactile stuff. Like they don't build stuff and do stuff. They don't know how to do anything. But the part that keeps you sane is like turning wrenches and getting with nature and kind of hiking and building and, stuff. Like the sanest thing you could do would be to build a tree house. Oh. That's like the sanest thing because it has all the elements in it.
You should do Carolla's comedian camp. And you make all of these comedians do the things that you think that they need to do and then work on their show like at the same time. So you're making them a little less narcissistic, a little better at comedy.
Yeah,
it could be a win-win.
There's something about comedians that they're completely useless outside of standing on stage.
Like actors.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I was at the track and I was thinking to myself, there are about 400 guys racing this weekend, and I'm probably in the bottom 5 percentile of slowest, not knowing this track.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, I don't like the way that feels. But then I thought, wait a minute, I'm doing the Pabst Theater tonight, and there's nobody here who could do the Pabst Theater tonight.
And that's good to have those like kind of cognitive ability to be willing to humble yourself and try something new because you know it's fun and awesome, even though you're not going to be the best at it.
Yeah.
And then also be able to realistically be like, well, I can do this thing that also makes me happy and makes me money that these other people can't do.
Yeah.
Like everybody in life needs that balance, whether I think you're a factory worker or a podcast host.
I agree. All right. We have another one?
We do, if you want to get to it.
Yeah.
My double animal style is moving, apparently.
Oh, Yeah.
In-N-Out, well, not exactly. She says that President Lindsay Snyder, who of course is the president of In-N-Out, which has a rich history here in California, she is going to personally be moving her kids to Franklin, Tennessee. She's building an office in Franklin, Tennessee. It's a cute little suburb town outside of Nashville. She told this to Allie Beth Stuckey over on her podcast, Relatable, over the weekend. She's the granddaughter, of course, of the In-N-Out founders. You know that she's like a racer too? Do you know this about her? Apparently she really likes to race.
Oh, well, it's a really expensive endeavor. And so a lot of time the kids, they used to call them gentlemen racers back in the day, like in the 50s and the 60s and stuff, because you got to buy a Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then you got to crew it. And then you got to show up somewhere. And so they would call them gentlemen racers, and it was traditionally a sport. I mean, it's kind of like polo or something. Like, well, it's for rich people. You got to have a horse. You
fancy.
Yeah. So it's really expensive. So that it's not a coincidence that rich people do it.
So apparently she's very into it. So I guess In-N-Out in 2023 announced an expansion to Tennessee. Obviously, previously, I think way back in 2019, they had done stuff in Texas, which my family in the area was excited about to get some doubles. But now the HQ is still going to be in Baldwin Park, where the restaurant was originally founded in 1948. And she said that they'll be closing the office in Irvine by 2030, and that she thinks it's really hard to raise a family here in California, and that's why she's made the decision to go to Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. They go, like, if you talk to Gavin Newsom, he'll go, we have the most Fortune 5 company CEOs living within a sector and a blah, blah, and we have the highest GDP of any economy or whatever. And I'm always like, yeah, but people are leaving. So you say whatever you want, but people are leaving. Everyone I know has got some sort of exit strategy for California. And I'm like, that's really all you need to know. Like,
and how many
people
of those
are leaving?
How many of those CEOs are also like, they might have a second home here, but they're making pretty dang sure that they spend 6 months and 1 day outside of California,
right?
For the tax reasons,
right. So people are leaving, and she's leaving, and the only In-N-Out they've ever had to close in all history got closed
in Oakland.
That's a bad sign for Oakland. And, it's so weird, though. Like 20 years ago. Yeah, it was right about 20 years ago. I knew this guy. He was a writer, and he was kind of an entrepreneur. And he had this idea, and we were talking. And I said, we're kind of saying, well, everyone always talk about White Castle. All the people are from Chicago. Like, I wish I had a White Castle here. And then me and this guy were talking. I was like, In-N-Out, everyone goes nuts for In-N-Out. They go, when I come to California, I go right to the In-N-Out. And I was like, why don't they have an In-N-Out in Wisconsin or Indiana? Like, if everyone just agrees it's the best, and you guys want to make money, and we had like a meeting with the In-N-Out people, it was like 20 years ago, and they're like, we don't do that.
We don't have to.
We just stay here.
Well, to her credit,
I'm like, why not go to another state and make even more money? And they're like, because we don't want to, and this is our business, and we stay in California. And now we're getting out of California.
Well, to her credit, Lindsay Snyder did start to grow the business, and I think one of the big things was that their patties are never frozen, and they're like 100% like grass-fed beef and all this stuff. And they were a part of the Maha movement before RFK Jr. got in, because they don't use like dyes and all these things in their ketchups and the special sauce. And so,
I didn't know that.
They've been very open about that. I don't know if they use seed oils or not.
I'll bet they do.
But I'll still eat there. It's kind of a Kraus House tradition. Every Sunday after church, we go through the drive-thru.
Oh, really?
Because how else do you feed 6 people for $40?
So good.
Right?
Yeah. Can taste it already.
Why are we talking about food and we don't have any food in here today?
That's a good point.
I'm really hungry.
All right, we got this Hunter Biden clip.
Ooh.
I wanted to play. It's fresh off.
Did you snort?
I don't know what he's doing.
Is it just innate that you snort whenever you say Hunter Biden?
Yeah, I did a rail. I don't know who he's talking to.
Who is this guy?
He's doing an interview, and Hunter's just all whipped up. I'll play the clip.
But fuck him. Fuck him fuck him and everybody around him.
It's about
Trying to
Clooney?
be fucking nice. Number one, I agree with Quentin Tarantino. Fucking George Clooney is not a fucking actor. He is a fucking I don't know what he is. He's a brand. And by the way, and God bless him. You know what? He supposedly treats his friends really well. You know what I mean? Buys them things. And he's got a really great place in Lake Como. And he's great friends with Barack Obama. Fuck you. What do you have to do with fucking anything? Why do I have to fucking listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his fucking life to the service of this country and decide that you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the fucking New York Times me and James Carville, who hasn't run a race in 40 fucking years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama. And that was because of Barack Obama, not because of fucking David Axelrod.
Wait, hold on a second.
Snap.
It's funny when he's like, this guy didn't do anything on his own. That was because of the other guy. Like, you're on the board of Barista, an energy company of Ukraine, and you're a crack addict. So
I think this is what my therapist would call projection.
I think they call this projection. Yeah, what does this guy have any business? My dad's been ripping off this country for 52 years.
I kind of love it, though. I kind of love like them eating their own.
I do love it, too.
Like, this is so entertaining.
All right, well, we'll play a little more.
40 fucking years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama, and that was because of Barack Obama, not because of fucking David Axelrod, and David Plouffe, and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior fucking speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who've been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40-50 million off the Democratic Party, they're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times, how to pass more legislation than any president in history, how to have a better midterm election than anybody in history, and how to garner more votes than any president that has ever run. And they're going to replace their judgment for his. Not to mention, who's Jake Tapper's audience? Jake Tapper, my mom.
All right, I just love that they're all pissed. I
love how that he's talking about how much money all of those lower levels. I do love the Pod Save America ding though, because it's so true. But I love how he's like, how many millions of dollars did they make off the Democratic Party? And it's like, son, how many millions of dollars did you make off your name dropping your daddy and then calling him when you walked into dinner with Chinese executives?
It's insane. He acts like he started a siding business in the 80s and has now grown to several locations. All he did was do drugs, fuck hookers, and skim money from his dad and his political affiliations. That's his job.
Well, and sleep.
Or selling paintings for $500K.
And slept with, his dead brother's wife.
Right. I just love that there's some judgment going on here.
Has a child that Joe Biden still hasn't acknowledged. Can I say something that annoys me? The denim shirt is like an attempt to be like cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
But then he had a weird sock with khakis and a loafer on.
Yeah.
If you're going to do the denim shirt, lean into it. Put on a pair of fries.
The colorful
Lucchese's.
sock. The colorful sock is basically the gay flag for your feet. It's letting people know you're down.
I thought the cross leg was that.
Cross leg with the exposure of the colorful sock. You get maximum colorful sock exposure when you cross your legs in that style because it pulls the pant. For the way I cross my legs like a man, the pant stays down on the shoe.
Yeah.
But you do it that way, you suck that thing up, and you reveal the colorful sock,
your
which says you're
side.
down. Yes. Do you have? I think about this every single day. Every single day, I think about our clip of Joe Biden with the baggage and the extra baggage costs, and I just think about this.
That's such a good one.
I think about it every day because I went, "This was our president." That's
the guy that Hunter got all in a tizzy about.
Yeah, his dad was out there trying to fix airlines from charging extra for more knee space because it affected the black and the brown and the disabled or the financially disabled. I don't know. I think about it all the time. And people go, I go, he doesn't know what he's saying. And then people go, yeah, he doesn't know what he's saying. He's just saying what someone else said. And I said, well, that seems bad. You know what I mean?
It like wasn't even on the prompter. I think he's off prompter in that.
Yeah, he's off.
He's just
He's just saying nothing.
Yes.
And that's his dad, but his dad, well, that's the big guy. That's 10%. You know what I love? I love the journalists in this country. Nobody wants to know who the big guy was.
Oh, nobody has ever asked, and I highly doubt NPR has.
Right. Now,
laptop story, not real news. We're not going to bore our listeners with that. Finding out who the big guy was? Nope, can't do that.
There's a piece of paper that says 10% for the big guy who's going to be paid by Hunter Biden, by the drug addict. But meaning, what I'm saying is like if you said, go back to George Clooney. You go, look, George Clooney, we need you to be the face of our new watch company, and we're going to pay you a bunch of money to wear this new watch and be photographed with this watch. We're going to do a whole campaign, and then you're going to get paid a bunch of money. You go, okay, fine. But it wouldn't be his job to pay 10% to somebody else. That's not his job. He's not a bean counter. He's doing. What I mean is
Hunter agent Biden the big guy?
Yeah, Hunter Biden is the bag man. He's just getting paid. He doesn't know anything about these stuff. So why is he in charge? He has all these business partners. Why aren't one of them in charge of the big guy?
Yeah.
Unless...
Or one of them should be the big guy, presumably.
Right. And by the way, you put everyone's name on there. Yep. Why'd you leave the big guy's name off? So
and also,
it's only Joe Biden. But the media not interested in knowing it's Joe Biden.
Why did you, every single time you were in a meeting that was unrelated to your father because he didn't have anything to do with your business dealings, then pick up the phone and call your daddy? Like every time.
Biden's like, I've never spoke to my son about his business. All right, great. Look, people pull clips with Biden spazzing out and
falling downstairs
and all that, the debate, the
bicycles,
the destruction. They do all the stuff where it's like, we're going to kill Medicaid, and Trump going, you killed it all right, or whatever it is. They'll remember Biden for that.
Yeah,
I'll remember him for this, the subtler stuff, the stuff that sneaks up on you. Here we go.
Transportation is working on rules that would require airlines and travel sites to disclose fees up front. Fees like things if you want to sit next to your young child. Well, guess what? Or check your baggage, or change your ticket. You're going to be surprised. They're going to charge you for that without telling you. Your ticket's going to cost a heck of a lot more. And that's not a Federal Communications Commission. They're working on a rule that would make the same thing for fees that internet companies charge.
All right, hold on. I don't know where my clip is, but this is a different thing where he talks about different stuff for a longish period of time. So you can.
It's the luggage fees, and it's not fair. And then he goes into because of black and brown people.
All right, here it comes. This is the best part.
But you don't know it.
All right, now you got to go back
until you purchase your ticket.
I go back.
Look, folks, you don't know it.
There, go back.
Until you pay more money. But
go back.
6 more inches. Some airlines, if you want 6 more inches between you and the seat in front, you pay more money. But you don't know it until you purchase your ticket.
Except you do.
You do.
Look, folks, these are junk fees. They're unfair, and they hit marginalized Americans the hardest, especially low-income folks and people of color. They benefit big corporations.
Okay, this guy's a babbling dope. It's impossible to hit people of color harder if it's an online ticket that you're getting.
If you and I are both paying extra for the exit row.
Right.
Like, I don't know, I have Cherokee in me, but I wouldn't consider myself a person of color. But am I an indigenous marginalized community? They're not charging me $50 for the exit row and you like 25. Like we're both $50 extra for the exit row.
Yes, I believe that's their policy. It would seem
we could call up United and ask, be like, you charging marginalized communities more for the exit row and their luggage than you are white?
I feel like if United Airlines was charging black and brown people more for certain things,
it would be a big story.
It's a liability that I just don't feel like they'd want out there.
It's against the law.
It's against the law, but it's also, there's a moral implication. I just feel like nothing in it for them.
I do love how he's like off script and then he goes back to script, and you can tell it by the beady eye change.
Right.
It's so weird.
I do like that he's up there talking about transportation and room and baggage and has to weave in black and brown people.
Well, I got confused because instead of talking about the FAA,
Oh, right.
right? He mentions the FCC.
Oh, did he say that instead of FAA?
I could have sworn he said FCC.
Oh, now we gotta.
And I'm like, what's the Communications Commission have to do with anything?
Now we gotta look again.
Sorry.
Well, maybe.
Got to pull it back up. It was in the first part. I could have sworn he said FCC.
Oh, all right. Well, let them. Well, let's see. We'll let them look at it. Let's see if he says FCC. I didn't catch that one. If he did, but I'm sleep deprived. Let's see. Here
Department of Transportation is working on rules that would require airlines and travel sites to disclose fees up front. Fees like things, if you want to sit next to your young child. Well, guess what?
What?
Or check your baggage. Or change your ticket.
How about my
You're going to be
steak?
surprised. They're going to charge you for that without telling you. Your ticket's going to cost a heck of a lot more.
You don't know it.
And that's not a Federal Communications Commission. They're working on a rule that would make the same thing for fees that internet companies charge, requiring them to show.
What's the different part?
Right. Okay.
Internet fees,
I'm not saying
luggage
they can't
fees.
charge it, but you got to let you know they're going to charge.
We're
it.
getting all the bureaucracies involved.
I'll let it run out now. That's it. I've missed this guy.
Some airlines, if you want 6 more inches between you and the seat in front, you pay more money.
Yeah, all of
But
them.
you don't know it until you purchase your ticket.
No, you wouldn't know that.
Look, folks, these are junk fees. They're unfair, and they hit marginalized Americans the hardest, especially low-income folks and people of color. They benefit big corporations.
All right. Yeah.
People of color have to pay more for a ticket than you and I do, apparently.
I'm going to miss that little race hustler. His junkie son.
I mean,
His now
well,
angry
you
junkie
can't
son.
miss Hunter. He's out there doing interviews, apparently.
I'm going to miss
Going after
that
George
race
Clooney.
hustler and his junkie son.
I love how he mentions that George Clooney must be a nice guy. He buys his friends things. He has a house on Lake Como. As if, like, that's what makes him a good dude.
Hunter seems to like money.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why he's sold those priceless works of art that he makes.
Yeah. All right.
Ugh.
Yeah, but those people are all anonymous.
Oh, yes.
There's nothing shady going on.
No, not at all. The big guy.
Oh, now Clooney doesn't like Obama. I love the cat fight.
The infighting
I love when
is
they're all
so
going
fun.
at each other.
It's the best.
Yeah, listen. Here's what happened. You guys had a decent party, and then you let lunatics take over the party with a bunch of retarded ideas like men should play in women's sports and birthing people and Latinx and all this shit, and you just let them hijack your party, and then they fucked it up, and now you guys are arguing. You shouldn't have let them hijack your party.
Also, they're continuing down that rabbit hole with this guy. It's not Milwaukee, but I think it might be Minnesota. Some crazy
that
person
guy.
like Mamdani.
Yes,
So there's like a mini version of him in the Midwest. And
Right.
then you got AOC and Mamdani, and AOC is bringing him around the Capitol and telling Democrats to get on board because this is the future of the party.
Right. You
Go
let
ahead.
a bunch of socialists, basically anti-Semitic socialists,
Yes.
take over your party.
I would say just straight up
ruin-
anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic socialists, and people don't like that, and you've ruined your party, and now you have to fight with the older people who don't want to be the anti-Semitic socialist party. That's on you guys.
We'll see how the midterms go.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to be in Reno August 6th.
Oh, cool.
At the National Automotive Museum. Oh, little themes coming up here. Portland at the Aladdin Theater. That's a cool old theater. That'll be August 7th. And then Alex Thompson, sorry.
He joined TMC Live, political correspondent, and that
okay.
was his 2 cents. I think it's funny to point out the 9 p.m. thing just to a bunch of comedians because, like, we don't go on till 9 p.m.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of the whole process is a little weird, which is you're going, I'm not old, I'm not feeble, I got energy, and I'm vital. The problem was it was about 8:45
Right.
and Matlock was on and I needed some more milk.
Also, the way they describe it, it sounds like it's like he also had a headache and he wasn't in the mood. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Well, he did get fucked. but that's okay. First things first. He'd been traveling too much. He was, as previously stated, he was in Europe 2 weeks. Like that's enough to recover.
Can't manage his schedule, but the country, he will. No,
He was retreated to Camp David for 1 week to prepare. Okay, we're comedians. This notion of like. He overprepared. That's the problem. Like, have you ever?
Sure.
First off, that doesn't it doesn't exist. You fuck up when you underprepare.
The joke was much better in the first day.
Yeah. Right. No, there's no
progressively worse by the time I delivered it.
There's no such thing as overpreparing. Now there is a kind of a thing where it's like first date, and I looked this person up, and I'm up in my head about it or something. Nerves and first date.
Yes.
First off, not seasoned politician, been doing it for 50 years. There wasn't over prepared. There wasn't tired. There wasn't anything. He's the head cold. He's diminished, but it also, even if you're tired, let's just say you're tired, and we've all had it happen, But
some of us get better when you're tired, by the way. I do.
Yes, you hit the
adrenaline.
I don't get premature ejaculation symptoms.
I told you on way more than one occasion, I would come back from Loveline in New York at 3:30 in the evening and be at Stern at 10 to 6 and sit in for the entire show. 2 hours sleep max. Feeling punchy, but always able to create thoughts.
To your point, you weren't 81 years old.
That is right. So
is that how old he is?
At the moment,
but the problem with all of today's excuses is like, I was traveling. That was 2 weeks ago. It was late. It was 9 p.m. Like I had a head cold. This isn't a head cold.
Yeah, I find the choices for the president to be pretty disheartening either way, but it is sad to think he's got an entire PR team behind him, and this is the excuse they put out.
Well,
I was sleepy.
Our tax-paying dollars are going to good use.
The dog ate my homework. My thing is just don't say anything. You know what I mean? Like, look, I had a bad night. Moving on.
Yeah.
Then vote who you
want to vote for. The good news is,
for.
if you have insomnia like I do, they say listen to White Noise. Just listen to him. Put you right out. 5 minutes.
Yeah, Biden was sleepy during the debate, like many of us watching.
Yes.
Exactly. Put me
sad and sleepy.
Good nap.
Okay. Is that it? Did we roast them all? Should we move on to the next news story?
I think we can go to our next one.
Are we all sad enough now? Okay. I'm actually really excited about this next news story. It's Dying Together. A happily married couple decided to stop living. Basically, in the Netherlands, you are allowed to have aided euthanasia, and now it's happening more and more. Couples are doing it. This is honestly one of the most romantic news stories I've ever heard. I just think this is really cute. Sounds like a sequel to The Notebook. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But there won't be a sequel to that.
Right.
That's the end of that.
Although I do worry, like, the idea of joint euthanasia, you know what I mean? Like, I think about how every night my husband falls asleep in 2 minutes and I'm still up. Like, why?
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Who are these people?
Well, they're Jan and Els.
I mean the people that fall asleep in 2 minutes.
There they are. Yeah, these people who don't have anxiety or take enough anxiety medication to fall asleep easily.
I spoke to my daughter yesterday, and she was in Spain. By the way, kids, I was in New York working. You know, my thing is I travel and work, and then I underwrite everyone else's lifestyle. and I called her when I was in New York. I'm in New York. I'm in the city. I'm taking the train. I'm going to Long Island. I'm doing Governors tonight. And she goes, "Oh, you're in New York?" And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "Oh, I'm so jealous." I go, "Listen, first off, you're in Spain. You're in Spain.
And you're not working.
You're eating tapas right now on the beach, number one. Number two, you can't be in New York and Spain at the same time. And no, I didn't get away with anything. I'm working." But I talked to her yesterday. She said, I said, when did you fly in? She flew home the night before. She said it was like a 12, 13-hour flight or something like that. I go, how was the flight? She goes, slept the entire way. I go, just listen to me. You don't know what a gift that is.
Yeah.
You do not know what that gift is. And she goes, "Yeah, I slept all the way there, and I slept all." And I'm like,
Is the gift Xanax? What is she doing?
I go, listen to me. I'm 6'2". I sleep on my face. I just lay there tortured the entire time. Every single thing. Of course, the fucking. everyone behind me uses my seat like a fucking grab bar, right? Who are these people who do not think this motion transfers? You know, like I have to get up, I'm grabbing your seat, I'm going to pull it down to my waist and then let it go. Like, she says, I sleep all. I said, honestly, please understand this is a gift. And I know it doesn't feel like anything. Yeah. It is the greatest blessing ever. Enjoy. Wow. You can sleep on a plane.
They have gifts now that we never had. How about graduation? My son, Europe for 3.5 weeks. I graduated. I went to the Jersey Shore for a night, slept under a car for my graduation. And he's FaceTiming me from Europe. He goes, "What's up, Dad? I'm at a nude beach in France." I'm going, "Move your fucking head. Let me see what I paid for."
That's cute.
It's true. I mean, it's unbelievable what they have now. And I think part of your anxiety, my anxiety, maybe yours, is that you have to pay for everything. You have to keep supporting a trip to Spain, and so you just have to work harder. That's what that means to me.
Listen, my son's going to Japan.
Okay, on his dime, from him working?
His dime.
There you go. There's more loss of sleep for you.
I said to Dr. Drew, I said, "Could you afford to go to Japan for 2 weeks and just hang out?" He goes, "No." I go, "Me neither." Yeah. I just pay for people to do it, but I can't afford to hang out in Japan for 2 weeks or Spain for 2 weeks. I can't afford it myself, but I will still underwrite all those who are doing it. I just
have the anxiety of, like, you know, before I had kids, I felt so invincible. Like, well, if I died today, like, I've had a good life, I've made my peace with it. But then you have kids, you're like, I can't die, you can't die. No one can die, nothing bad can happen. Like, you know, I feel so much anxiety on a flight because you just feel so needed.
You got another news story there? Oh, the couple. Couple. How old were they?
So I believe they're in their 70s. One of them had dementia. It should be noted. The woman had dementia and made the decision before. Hold on.
Fauci said Fauci said she was fine, by the way. She said I had cold. She had a bad night. That's all. Shouldn't have killed herself.
She had a bad night.
Too long a flight.
Signed the euthanasia thing. And then her husband, Jan, had chronic pain. He was unable to work, so they kind of made this decision together. And their son, who has asked to remain anonymous, told the BBC it was a strange day losing both of his parents.
I'll go for that.
Yeah,
I would do that with my ex, but I'd be like, "You go ahead." You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a prank.
I'm going to shower for the coroner, but you go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
But I mean, it is sort of sad that in America you don't have the option to, like, die how you want to, right?
Well, there's always a bridge.
That's true.
If you need it.
That sounds rough, though. I want the meds. You know what I mean?
You want to go?
I think you could med.
Whatever they give you for your colonoscopy.
Yeah.
You ever they say count from 10? At 8, I'm completely done with no dreams. I just wake up a little, you know, like oil around
Propofol.
my rectum.
Listen, propofol.
It's like I was date raped. I have no idea
Heather,
if they did or not.
So, I'm not telling you how to go.
You're not offering me any?
You are a syringe full of propofol and a trash bag away from leaving this planet
dreams.
with dignity.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'll take some notes.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the way to go, though, because you don't know anything. Have you done it?
It's propofol.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. You do not have any memory of any. There's no dreaming. You're not even in a dream state, right?
No.
Or am I the only one?
No, you're exactly right. It's 100%.
It's darkness until you wake up.
Listen, it wouldn't even matter if you died when you were on propofol.
Right.
It just wouldn't matter.
You feel nothing.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it.
Yep. No even fantasies.
That's when you get a colonoscopy. That's when they give you the propofol.
I think it's pretty romantic dying together. What do you guys think? No?
Yeah.
There's some sweetness there, right?
If there was romance still.
Yeah.
I think it's...
It sounds like a good little story.
I wonder what the soundtrack was they picked. Like, I'd like to hear that Spotify playlist.
Oh, Chariots of Fire, for sure. I think I'd have to go
with Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell.
There you go.
That's our wedding song.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'd do Chariots of Fire, and that'd be good. You know, then the propofol, then the trash, and again, I'd announce I'll put the trash bag on you like a gentleman. And then just a quick shower for the coroner.
A real man takes the trash out even till the end. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right, what's the next one we got?
The next one, hot goss. Ellen DeGeneres comes out and says she might be many things, but she's not mean. So she's addressing the scandal that came out about her being a mean girl, hard to work with. I mean, Adam, you've been on her show.
Yes.
Where do you weigh in on this?
She's a bitch.
I don't think you get to self-assess things like that.
You don't.
You can't just get to say,
look,
you got to talk to other people, get feedback, not your own.
Right.
Yeah,
especially if you're a narcissist.
You can decide if you're tall or short, but society will decide if you're mean or nice. That'll be society's job. Although I shouldn't be pushing for this because I would end up on the mean side of the spectrum if I left it up to society. But listen, I've done everyone's show. I've done every single fucking show out there. And there's one surefire way to tell if the person who's in charge is mean or not.
Staff.
Yep. And the question is the staff scared or not? When you go to do Leno, there's no fear.
Nope.
In any of the staff members. And when we go to do Kimmel, there was no fear. And on many shows, there was no fear. Letterman.
There's a little fear with Kimmel, though, if you misspell something.
He doesn't like misspelling.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Oh, he'll circle it.
I'm dyslexic. Don't take me over.
Oh, you'd be fired.
Yeah.
I sat in an office with that guy, and everything was a spelling correction. Because comedians should be obsessed with spelling.
I get your point.
All right, Ellen's staff is scared shitless.
Yeah.
And Letterman's staff is scared shitless.
Okay.
Which means they're both fucking mean. Because if otherwise,
Which
your
means
staff...
they need to stop hiring pussies.
Is not scared. But all that being said, fuck all the pussies. You go there, you get free food, you got air conditioning, it's a fucking job. But what do you think people do? Work on construction sites and roofers and shit like that? Think they have a sweetheart of a foreman? Fuck off.
No.
You know what I mean? So she's mean, and her complaining staff is a bunch of pussies. It's
Maybe
both.
she was just on histamines.
She could have had a head cold. It was her trip to Europe last summer.
For 15 years.
She's not a nice person, and I knew it because her staff was scared shitless. That's all. Like the segment producer kept coming into the green room I was in, and he's like, you go over the whole fucking thing you're going to talk about. Oh, traveling and the kids, or what you do this summer, or what you do for Christmas break, or whatever it is. And you go over the whole routine, which is the whole pre-production thing, you know. And they produce your bit. It's all fine. And then the guy kept coming back, and he kept going, "You're not going to talk about meat, are you?" And I go, "No, I'm not going to talk about meat." And he goes, "Okay." And I go, "Well, it wasn't part of our thing. We're talking about Christmas or traveling or something like that." And he goes, "Okay, just don't bring up meat. Okay, don't bring up meat." And I go, "I'm not. Why?" And he goes, Just don't do it. Just don't do it. And I'm like, oh, you're scared shitless. And by the way, now I am going to bring up meat.
I was going to say, you know, when someone tells you like not to curse and then you can't stop.
The third time,
they put it in your head.
All of a sudden you have Tourette's syndrome.
The third time you brought it up. Now I'm thinking about barbecue.
Right.
So mission not accomplished. But I was like, oh, this guy's scared shitless.
Yeah.
Because he got yelled at. Because somebody brought up meat and Ellen's vegan or whatever, and it wasn't his fault, but someone brought it up and she got pissed and she screamed at him.
Let's tell the truth here. A lot of people in show business who are at the top are not nice.
No, and also
I mean, really. I mean, sometimes that's how they get there is from stepping on people. The transactional relationships is one of the things that drives me crazy about this town.
It's not. Let me. Give Joe an audible here. Joe, can we kick the Zoom back 10 minutes and get a little more news here? Then we'll talk to C. Thomas and company. First things first. It's a beehive of activity. You have to go in every day. There's always shit going wrong. There's always stuff you ask for, that blah, 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 and the guy dropped out, and so on and so forth. And then there's all like this shit where they go, oh, so-and-so wants to come on, but he also has to bring his wife wants to come on too because she's got a new line of Spanx products. And you're like, oh, fuck, man, I want to talk to this bitch. Well, he says he's not coming on unless she can come on and talk about. It's one big nuisance and annoyance with a clock ticking all the time in a schedule. You know what I mean? It's always clock ticking. So it's like, it's a little bit of a pressure cooker.
Oh, yeah.
And it's work. And the people that are, everything kind of pyramids up to the top. It's kind of ultimately you're the one up there when shit doesn't
Your
work,
name's on it.
looking dumb and all that kind of stuff. You have every right in the world. You have, what does this thing say on my screen here?
I mean, you're the boss here.
Yeah, yell at us to prove your point,
By the way,
Adam.
never bring up the word with Adam.
okay.
Never bring up the words. Not meet with him. Parking lot. Do not
I've heard.
We all saw him with the parking lot.
Now we got it. All right. No, it was funny as I was complaining about people fucking up. It said noon in Zoom yet. But it was supposed to read no one in Zoom yet, but the space wasn't there. So see, now I'm aggravated. Am I an asshole? All right. So
Kimmel would fire them.
Ellen has Kimmel. Yes,
he would circle.
Ellen has every right to be a pain in the ass. It's her show. It's her name. Whatever it is, fine. And everyone should get the fuck over it. You're getting free food. You get free food.
Yeah.
Well, also,
how bad could the job be? But she's still bitch.
And in every job description, like, it's a trope in the world that bosses are mean. Some bosses are mean, but in show business, we expect that not to apply because these are like people with charisma. We think we know them, and it's just like anything else.
Look out! Look, there are only two people in television history who danced at the beginning of their show. One is Ellen. The other is Bill Cosby at the beginning of the Cosby Show. Ask yourself why they were dancing. Why did they dance? Why?
She has these
because they're putting something forward. They want you to think of them differently than maybe they think of themselves. You watch Bill Cosby in the beginning of a show dance now.
Yes,
it's bizarre.
Other feeling.
It's really, give me the beginning of the Bill Cosby show where he's dancing, and when you watch it now and you think about roofies and women, it'll look surreal.
Oof. Well, here's a question: do you think she does make this point about, she says, I'm many things, but I'm not mean. I could be demanding, impatient, tough. I'm a strong woman.
That's
blah,
fine.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
But do you think that we care more that she's a bitch because she's a woman? Like, does anybody talk about these other?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Well, Adam brought
we
up
care
Letterman.
more. We care more.
Yeah, but do we talk about Letterman being an asshole? No, we just talk about her being a bitch because we're like, she's a woman. She's not allowed.
There's an element. There's an element of that.
So
yes, I agree with you.
Maybe the pendulum is swinging. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I made a point about women. I guess we should move on immediately.
No. I'm
I'm
digesting it. I'm wearing that. Okay.
I'm agreeing with you.
Do I agree with that or not?
I'm agreeing. It gets a little overused and fucked out. Like when a woman is assertive,
right? I agree with you
it's
on
like
that.
no, she can be a bitch. And I'm sure she's a bitch. I'm sure Kamala Harris is a bitch, And when people go like, "Oh, because she's a woman of color, we want," no, she's a bitch.
She's a bitch.
I
can
get
we just not talk about it the way we not talk about it when men are assholes?
Yes, Letterman's a douche too. I mean, his people were all scared of him as well, and I bring it up every time because I'm even
Stern too, by the way.
Oh yeah, yes, they're all scared.
I heard. I won't say who it was, but someone who worked for him told me how cheap he was.
Oh no!
Now, they don't get paid squat.
Yeah.
And he said at Christmas time he got a big can
of old Indian food.
A big can of popcorn, right? He gave him a big can of popcorn. Wow. So he reached in there thinking, "Oh, there's a gift certificate at the bottom." So he's putting his hand in there, he's reaching around. No, all they got was popcorn.
Oh my
For
gosh.
all their work they did at Christmas time. His multimillionaire, that's what he gave them.
If it's caramel, all is forgiven.
It was.
All right, beginning of Cosby, just because it's surreal now to think of this guy.
I'm scared.
He used to do commercials. He would like read and go, Kevin O'Malley, 16 on his SATs, number one in his class at Cardinal Dock. He could have gone anywhere, but he chose Temple.
Really?
And I chose Temple because of those commercials.
That's a good impression.
On the radio or the...
No, on television.
On TV?
He could have gone anywhere, but he chose Temple.
Wow.
And that was a big thing. And he was our lead guy. Now we have to go with Hall & Oates. Or Bob Saget.
The alum.
These are the alum. He was our top alum for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was big. He was big.
Now we're Sister Sledge, Hall & Oates, and Bob Saget.
I love Hall & Oates.
All
it was the
of
first
this-
concert I ever went to.
Good buddy, a very good friend of mine.
Oh,
John
really?
is, yeah. He's a great guy, but they're not getting back together.
No, and Man-Eater's a fucking abortion. That's the worst song ever created. It's ruined my adult life.
But I got to tell you a real quick story about him. I didn't know them before. I know it was some same hometown. I get this email and it says, "We're real big fans of yours, Craig, and want you to," and I said, "Yeah, right." I wrote back, "No, really, we have tickets for you at the Greek Theater," and I went and saw them. I go backstage, and I was filming a movie called Totally Baked. I said, "Would you like to be in the movie?" He shows up the next day and he says, "I don't have a mustache," so we cut the director's hair and we glued it to his lip.
God.
And then
Oh,
we
really?
didn't have wigs or anything, so I played Hall. So speaking of that song, and I had a woman dangle her hair down, and I was on my knees next to, and this guy was stoned. He goes, "Oh my God, I'm freaking out. I think we wrote this scene."
I'd like to
just
see
for
a
him."
clip of that.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. And he said, "I think I see Hall & Oates, and it's me and Oates, the actual Oates with the fake mustache, singing Man-Eater."
Oh my God.
Oh, here she comes. So,
God, is that somewhere?
Of course, it's called Totally Baked. It's a big
I know.
hit.
No, I mean, can one pull up you singing Man-Eater
with
on
John Oates
on the internet?
I would
right
imagine there's clips of everything. It's called Totally Baked. Go check it out. It's a big stoner movie, and we used the mustache all throughout the movie. Then we would tape it on different people.
my
So if you're
God.
stoned, you're going, "There's that mustache
That's
again."
so ridiculous.
We wrote things on the fly, which is stoner movie. You can do that. Nobody's like keeping track.
All right, let's do one more quick. We got C. Thomas and Jake Allen waiting in the room for
One more
us.
news story.
One more.
Okay, this is the last one I got. Shohei Ohtani, did I say that right? Mm-hmm. Has a home run ball and it hit a kid in the forehead. So good news for him, bad news for the kid maybe. I think he's okay.
That's an act of God. Like, I bet that kid beat off for the first time the night before. You know what I mean? It's like
Yes.
13 and a half, and he thought he got away with something.
God
The
will
next
find
day,
you.
pop. His dad's looking at him going, "All right, son, put down the Jergens."
But you guys, the velocity was 112 miles per hour.
Oh, that's a
that
hit.
ball.
And hit with the baseball.
boy.
I'm pretty sure it says on the backside of every ticket you buy to go into a major league stadium that you've given away all your rights
Yeah.
to get hit by foul ball or home run
Yeah,
ball
you probably
or,
do to buy
or
ticket
whatever.
even.
It's got to leave a mark, though. I mean,
Oh, it hurts. I actually was in these good seats for foul balls. I said to my kids, I predicted I'm going to get a foul ball. And sure enough, a high fly comes at me. I reach up, bam, it breaks my hand. The kid in back of me gets the ball.
Ouch.
I had no idea. All of Philadelphia was seeing it because they started texting me.
Wow.
You always did suck. The Val softball team, you always suck. And I'm in a hall of shame. Then they bring ice. I'm going, "Go away, Philly's watching." And of course, I know all the broadcasters. I go, "We got it all, Shu." 2 innings later, swear to God, same high fly. I was going, "What do I do?" And it really did hurt. I had one broken hand. I took the kid who got the ball. I took his hat off in one swoop. I caught the ball in the hat with my
Wow.
right hand.
Wow.
And I stood up, and the guy, the
comeback
broadcasters, 2 innings later, I was in a shame spiral.
Oh, my God.
And the broadcasters are going, "That's Shu. What are the odds?" And I'm
Oh,
up
my
there
God.
going, "I'll show you."
wow.
Crazy. 2 innings later, same exact thing, trajectory, and it does hurt. But I used the hat this time. One swoop, and I caught it, and I just stood up, and everybody's going, "What in the world is going on here?" And the guy, the broadcaster, it was his nephew that got the first ball.
Wow.
Little kid with he had a Yankees hat, and I
Kismet.
used the Yankees hat. Yeah, it was crazy. But have you ever gotten a foul ball?
No.
Yeah. That
Is the kid okay?
This printout says no word on how he's doing, but last I checked, I think there was an update that he survived. I don't know how.
120 in the forehead?
Right in the forehead.
Where's his father to protect him, or
I don't
somebody
know.
to protect
I was saying,
him?
in your
You gotta-
story, you
gotta-
probably saved the life of the kid behind you.
I saved the life of many people. They were all around me.
The entire stadium
My
was saved by
God.
Craig.
Well, hopefully you got hooked up with some sweet merch. Got a little, like, hopefully
Oh,
you got
yeah,
to
they
meet him,
usually.
you know what I
they'll
mean?
give me-
Like,
they'll give him a
film?
signed
Oh,
ball.
hold on.
he was
there's
unconscious.
there's film of it?
But,
They're going to give him a signed ball.
Okay, cool.
I'm surprised they would show this.
It's a high fly.
They're showing
home run.
violence against children.
I don't
They're
know
not
if
going
it
to
was.
show this. There's no way.
Oh, one of his own. He took out one of his own.
You know what?
Ouch.
He took out He took out
That
one
looks
of his
really
own.
rough.
I don't. There's one Asian
One
in
of his
the
own?
entire place, and he took out his own.
Just say one of his own.
One of his own. He
How do
took
you
out
know?
an eight. Well, how do
Did
I
you do
know?
a DNA test?
Watch the goddamn. They took out a miniature Asian boy.
Aww.
I don't. Can you listen? You said 114 miles an hour?
112.
112
Let's not
miles
give
an
him
hour?
more credit.
I don't think the ball falls at 112 miles an hour.
Because it's falling. It's not like a
The
straight shot.
hit had an exit velocity, of 112 miles per hour.
And now
Yeah,
you're
that's
showing it.
off the bat.
So it slows down as it goes. We would hope.
It's much slower when if it's 112 and hits a 4-year-old Asian in the head, that kid's dead.
And I think it nicked this guy's hand. This idiot
Yes.
that should have caught at the beginning.
All right,
How did all those people miss that ball?
We got Jake and we got C. Thomas waiting for us in the wings here somewhere. Sorry, it's just been a busy ride.
Tommy's a great golfer, by the way. C. Thomas Howell, great golfer.
He is?
Yeah. We play in these celebrity things. I don't know why I play. I got a trophy for closest to the car.
Oh, really?
I suck. I suck at golf, but he's really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I
Mention
didn't know
that to him.
that.
He'll be very happy to know that his swing is.
You can mention it.
He's going to be on with me. Like I'm still here.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're still here.
All right, Tom.
We're just they're
me out
they're,
already.
they're waiting in the room. Yeah, they're ready. They're in the Zoom room. They're here now.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, look at us. We're all here together.
Jake and C. Thomas. Good to see you guys.
Thank you for having us.
I think that's Jake.
Thomas,
and
I'm muted
C
here.
may be muted.
Tommy's got the stash going. He's
so
great.
How about now?
That's a great stash, C. Thomas Al. Hey, good to see you guys. So
what's going on?
Well, we were just talking about your golf game and how good it was. Craig Shoemaker
You're
was
slumming it with Shoe.
Yeah.
What's up? I like that Sam.
How are you, Craig?
I like that Sam Elliott look.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wonders when the hell did Ponyboy turn into Sam Elliott?
Yeah, if you could just say beef, it's what's for dinner.
That's right. That's right.
I like the mustache, man.
I like it too. We've been all right. If we keep going, we're all going to turn gay. So let's just push on here. Men can only talk about another man's mustache for so long before there's a feeling in the loins. You know.
I'm here for it.
I see Thomas Howell. I just watched an old Brat Pack thing. And I know you weren't in the Brat Pack, but you're around and a kind of contemporary and about, happening about the same time and know a lot of the same players. And in the doc, they had some sort of ancillary Brat Packers that weren't official Brat Packers, but sort of Brat Pack adjacent, talking and giving interviews. I found the whole thing fascinating. But did you see it? Any thoughts? And did they approach you?
I have not seen it yet. Of course, I've always been close with Rob Lowe. I was a little bit younger than those guys, believe it or not. Never really spent any time with Andrew McCarthy. So, I've heard that it's a good film. And I just can't believe how many people love the 80s. I mean, I thought it was like one of the worst decades ever. What a shit show that was. And people just absolutely loved the 80s. I mean, the clothes were terrible. The music was terrible. There was nothing good about it. And people love to go back to the 80s and reminisce. So, back then we didn't have devices. We didn't, we had a few teen magazines and we had films. That's all we had. So there were people that those movies meant a lot to a lot of people growing up. And whether it was, a John Hughes film or something like The Outsiders, it resonated with a lot of people back then.
Yeah, I think the way nostalgia works is no matter how bad it was, and you forgot to mention how bad all the cars were in the 80s. Everything was junk in the 80s. Even Corvettes and Mustangs, even Ferraris were junk in the 80s. Everything turned to shit in the 80s. But once you